Hey YouTube, so I wanted to talk about the Altergeist deck a little and why I made specific choices and that kind of stuff. So as you can see, we play I think a lot of this is pretty standard for an Altergeist deck. One Kunkuri, three Multifaker, two Silkwoodus, three Muley Seek, maybe even two Pukri. I don't know how many of these people play. Um, and of course the three manifestation, one protocol, three spoofing. But for these ratios for the Marionetter and Pukri, they are a little bit different for me. So when I initially made this deck, I think I wanted to play three Marionetter, and I also wanted to play three Pukri because I think that the Link version, I think that Pukri is a really good card, and I love it quite a bit. And I also think that Marionetter is an amazing card in this deck. So the reason that I decided to change to two Marionetter, one Pukri, is because starting off with the Marionetter, you already have a normal summon, and that is Muley Seek. And Muley Seek gets you to Multi-Faker, which is, in my opinion, a better. It, it gets you to more of the deck than Marionetter set, Protocol or Manifestation. I think it's more important to have Multi-Faker and access to, um, you know, Muley Seek in your graveyard and whatnot than it is to have Marionetter. I also think that it is Pukri is an amazing card. I think being able to search it off of Muley Seek is incredible, but I don't think playing three is good because we're trying to play as close to 40 cards as possible, and the reason why is because the engine at this point in time kind of conflicts with itself. The deck in many ways conflicts with itself. And the reason is just because Yu-Gi-Oh is a much faster game than it was, 5 years ago. I think when five, I know that it was played in like 2019 in toss format. Um, so like yeah, so the it was good back then, and I think that the format was probably a little bit slower, so that you could kind of, um, you know, where, yeah, so you could kind of justify playing a trap deck. I don't think that 2020 is a or 2024 is like really a year in which you can really play Altergeist at this point. I think it's much harder, and the biggest reason why is because hand traps versus traps. Um, right now we are in Snake Eyes format. Snake Eyes is of course an incredibly fast paced, incredibly, um, you know, just insane. I don't know. It's a very fast paced format. Trap decks are not going to make the cut, So you need to play hand traps in this format. You have to play hand traps if you even hope of surviving the format, of course. And you can. I think board breakers are pretty good. They're good enough. But I don't I don't think that board breakers are good enough, and I think hand traps are just probably better to play. 12 is an unfortunate number of hand traps to play. I think if I, to be completely honest, for me, I think I'd probably prefer playing 15. But you also have to play traps. You of course have the your regular 7. Infinite Impermanence is an incredible trap that brings you to 10. And that's like fine-ish, but you really want to see traps more often. So you really have to play like, I think you have to play 6 more. I don't necessarily think they have to be these last 6, but I think they do have to be traps because it makes the deck more consistent. I think this really is, Altergeist really is an incredibly interesting deck, and it's I've had some fun playing with it for sure. I think that the biggest um, I think it's an incredibly interesting deck to talk about right now because it really does show power creep of the game. And I don't, to be completely honest, I don't want to bash power creep. I think, at least for me personally, I think power creep is um, an interesting part of the game. I love Patrick Hoban's theory that at some point in time we're going to play cards like 60, cards with decks with 60 cards, and because all of the cards in the deck are just going to be that, they're just going to be that quality of card. That every single card in the deck is going to be amazing quality. I love that theory. Um, but I do think I do think it is extremely unfortunate for this deck in particular because it also means that this deck isn't as good as it used to be. I will say I'm extremely excited for. I don't remember where I saw it, but I know that there's some new hand traps, I believe, and they are actually traps like infinite impermanence. And I think that's pretty cool because I believe they activate from their hand. So like having more traps that activate from your hand means that this deck is, could be at least maybe not viable, but better. Not not like right now where you have to play 6 traps and the hand traps versus traps, and it's very conflicting. I think that's going to be a lot better. So that's basically the Altergeist deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think it is an incredibly interesting deck, and yeah, I will see you in the next one, I suppose. Peace.